Remember the Looney Tunes show? There was an episode where Bugs Bunny bought out a pizza restaurant, and on the first night of business, things aren't going so well. I guess when you have these three stooges working together, the results are always going to turn out negative. Anyway, so you've got Gosmer and his mom coming in, and Bugs comes to check in on them for a complaint he overhears. The mom says, "I ordered a cheese pizza, and he gave me a cup of cheese and an IOU." Not only is that pretty funny, but honestly, it feels like how GTA 6's release is being handled. Before I officially start this video, I just want to state that I am not a GTA fan and have never played a GTA game in my life. Yeah, shocker. Truth be told, I have as much knowledge of GTA as many people have of like VeggieTales or Fox News has with pop culture. Might as well call me Moist Jabigail with the way I'm talking right now. Anyway, so it's no surprise that GTA 6 has become the most hyped up game in recent years ever since GTA 5 came out in 2013. With a development length like Duke Nukem Forever and a hype level of Spider-Man No Way Home, many people were definitely ready to hear the first details of the game when a trailer came out. Recently, the prices of GTA 6 have been revealed to showcase an $80 Standard Edition and a $100 Ultimate Edition. Oh, and by the way, no physical version. The quote, physical version is basically just a box and a slip of paper with a download code. Yeah, that's right. You're paying $80 for a shattered expectation of what you think is inside. You know what that reminds me of, really? It reminds me of that thing that developers will do. Like for Apex Legends and Fortnite, there will be some versions of the game in stores on store shelves that basically just contain, a download code on a sheet of paper for like a booster pack for a gun or a skin or something.
Yep, full game download.
And I get there are some versions that do actually have a disc game with them, but then there are some that basically just say no disc on them at all. So what is even the point of selling the game at all at the store? If you're just gonna have a sheet of paper in the box, why even have the box at all if there's no game in it? That would be like if every app on the App Store had a quote physical version you could buy at Target, except what you get is just a code to go download on your phone, and you're standing there right in the store. You could just stayed home and done that. A physical game is a game that I can hold in my hand, either on a disc or a cartridge. Here's a copy of Super Mario 64 example in my hand on Nintendo 64, and here's a download of the same game on my Wii U Virtual Console. RIP, by the way. Convinced yet? Now speaking of Nintendo, let me bring something up really quick. I know people have clowned on Nintendo for pricing Mario Kart World at $80, but at least with Mario Kart World, you got a physical game in the box for $80. But don't take that as if I'm defending Nintendo on that one. They are not getting away with it. I didn't buy that game, or a Switch 2. Mario Kart World was an $80 Mario Kart game with less features than the previous installment, less characters, no 200cc, a chaotic 24-player mess that you can't even switch out to like 12 players. It's not even an optional setting at all in this game. You can't opt out of 24 players. You have to do it because Nintendo said so. Straight roads for majority of the races, meaning that you're basically only spending like one lap on the track that you were supposedly picking, and a character roster more cluttered than the plot of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't even think that game is on that little red SD card at all, given the game keycard crap they're pulling. You know what that is, right? Basically, all it is just the game that you bought isn't even on the cart that you purchased, but rather you have to download it from the internet with a lease that lets you just play the game for as long as they feel like it. Now let me paint you a picture. So we mentioned that Mario Kart World has less content than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but for a higher price. Now imagine buying that game with the content that I told you was not in Mario Kart World, except now you have to pay a little bit extra just to play them. That's what's leading us into GTA 6. Let's talk about that. Alright, so here we are on Rockstar's website on the GTA 6 storefront. So here we got the platforms that they're releasing on. You got some trailers and even some screenshots that look very reminiscent. Well, of course, they do actually look really nice though, holy moly. But they look more reminiscent of cutscenes than like the actual gameplay that players will experience. But here we are to the Ultimate Edition and the Standard Edition. The Ultimate Edition is the $100 version that you'll be getting. You got the regular Standard Edition, but also some looks like some cars, some weapons, and stores, and more cars and more weapons. But so if we look into the $80 edition, here you get just the game. You don't even get any of this. Look at that. If I don't pay the extra $20, I'm pretty much a goner. I mean, you're telling me that if I don't pay the extra $20, I can't walk into a store to buy something? I can't even walk into a hair salon looking like Vin Diesel and walking out as Gloria Gaynor? I think I will survive skipping out on this. So even then, if we scroll down even further, we see this physical game right here, $80. Okay, so you'll see a pre-order button for it, but even Rockstar is admitting that a disc will not be in this box. It's just the slip of paper with a download code in it. Oh, and by the way, this just so happened to be around the time that Sony announced the end of physical video games in 2028. Yeah, that's right. No more slip-ins, no more manuals with advertisements for other products, no more sweet disc designs, nothing. Now, I don't know about you, but doesn't that really ruin the joy of buying a video game and getting that manual and disc package together? Basically, before the internet, if you remember the days of like video game magazines, there was this little thing that they would do where they'd advertise new games within the magazines. Even so, like DVDs had this, VHS tapes had this, video games had it too. I mean, I do have some video games in my collection that do have some coupons in there. Some of my DVDs have these too. But I can tell you from the amount of VeggieTales tapes I have that there are slip-ins that, while I never knew about them, they did show me an era of entertainment before the internet. So now your current news of the studio came from packages with your tape. I can definitely tell you from experience that there were games that I would put on my birthday list and my Christmas list. The biggest one I remember is getting Super Smash Bros. 4 on the Wii U for Christmas. Man, I was really excited to have that game underneath the tree. It was the GameCube adapter bundle with the GameCube controller in the game. Yeah, I was like the happiest 14-year-old kid getting that. Which really tells me that buying video games used to mean something to us, because not only were we receiving a game we could keep, but also one we could even let somebody borrow. That also reminds me of something. A shutdown of physical games also ruins the control we have over what we can do with them. Ironically, this is exactly where the PS4 succeeded. When the Xbox One came out, it was stated that it could block used games from being used. Yeah, Sony took upon that and decided to release the PS4 on everything that the Xbox One failed on. Yeah, it was the start of wanting to control what you could do with what you buy. Nintendo started doing this with the game keycards on the Switch too, where you have to stick the cartridge into the console and download the game from the internet, meaning you don't even get the game on the card. Even if you did borrow a game to your friend, you'd basically be bricking their console for using a used version of Donkey Kong Bonanza. This kind of thing, where we download our games with the disc to the console, really makes me think that they do this so they can fill up the storage on your console to get you to buy more storage units or more memory sticks or something. While we did have to use memory cards for the GameCube as little kids, the game didn't exactly download into the GameCube but just stayed on the disc. All that stayed on the memory card was just your save data. And now GTA 6 is just gonna capitalize on that. Make it even worse, too. If there's no physical copy that I can buy, then I won't buy it. Because when I buy a physical game, that's my copy and that's my game. They don't get to tell me what I can and cannot do with the product that I bought. Because what these developers are supposed to do is just make the game and sell me the game. It's one thing if I decide to make illegal copies of the game to sell as if I made the game myself, but all I'm just trying to do is, lend it to a friend. Before I go for the night, I just want you to take a look at something. This is my physical video game collection. And here's part of my DVD collection too. Movies. Best part about them? I own them. I can do whatever I want with them. I can take them to a sleepover, sell them at a garage sale. I can even watch them without being bombarded by ads every 5 minutes. Same with the video games. The best part is that they can't really do anything about it. If you look at some of our older videos, like the Connect Adventures video or the Wipeout video we did earlier this year, what you notice about them is that I took those games from my house to hers, just put them in her Xbox, and voila, there it was. The games. No download from the internet, nothing. Just putting in the game and then you're done. See, that's the kind of thing that's going to be missing from game. It's already missing from gaming if we already have to download the games from the internet, thus making it basically useless if the internet's out. This is why physical games matter. So will I be buying GTA 6 when it comes out? Well, no, because, I don't play GTA. But more in context with this video, hard no. Because if I don't actually own the game that I pay for, then I won't be buying it. Besides, there's a whole backlog of games from the past I've never gotten to play, from the GameCube to the PS1. They sound a little more fun than any over-bloated budget of a AAA title. And there you have it. Well, thanks for sticking around. Have a great day. And always remember that Jesus loves you. Bye.